Hi, everyone. This is Anna, one of your consumer technology specialists at Mid-Continent Public Library. Today, we are going to continue our Mindfulness Helpers series by looking at a reflection and journaling app called 5-Minute Journal. This app is available on Apple and Android devices and is free to download on your device's app store. And this app comes from a company called Intelligent Change, and they sell physical mindfulness, gratitude, and productivity items. So their website is a sale site for those items, but it also does have some information about the app, including some FAQs. 5-Minute Journal is a free app for basic features, and then it does offer a monthly subscription option for premium features. So they do offer a short trial if you are interested in trying out those premium features before purchasing them. We're going to look at the app on an iPad today, so I'm just going to go ahead and tap the icon on my home screen to open it up. And the app opens up to the Journal tab. I can see there are other tabs in the menu at the bottom of my screen, and right now the Journal tab is selected. And really the first thing I see on this page is this prompt to start today's journal. So we'll get to that in a minute, but first let's look at the rest of the screen. So there is a little calendar icon in the upper left corner. If I tap it, it's going to show me the month and year. And as I go on and continue using the app, it should help me jump back to a previous month or a previous year. I'm just going to tap outside of the little pop-up to close it. And then to the right, there is a plus sign. So I'm still kind of at the top in that left column. When I tap on the plus sign, I get a calendar view, and it has month buttons to start a new journal on a selected date or create today's journal. So in our case right now, both of those would be the same. So journaling for today. I could go back. Maybe I forgot to fill out my journal on Tuesday. So I can tap that date and then tap new for this date. And then I'd be able to enter my information retroactively. So I can go back and add things for days that have already passed. I'm tapping outside of this pop-up to close it, and now I can see that below the button for today's entry is a list of my previous entries. So it's more of like a list view of the journal entries that I've recently done. If I tap one of them, it opens in the right area of my screen. And here I have an icon to hide the left column so I can make my journal entry full screen. I also have an edit option if I wanted to change or add something to this entry. While we have this one open, we can go ahead and take a look at the structure of the journal. It's really not set up for long-form journaling. So instead, it has a few prompts that allow you to make lists or answer the questions in anything from a word to a sentence or two. People may find this helpful because it gives you the prompts and the questions so you don't have to come up with those by yourself, but it does allow you to reflect with short words, phrases, or sentences, whatever you want to do. So it doesn't have to take up a lot of time. And that is one of the goals that the company mentions on the website, is that they wanted to create something so that people could make reflection and journaling more of a habit without having to take a lot of time out of the day or become a professional journaler. Not everyone likes to write lengthy entries, so this is definitely an alternative for that. And you might notice that there are sun and moon icons on these journal entries. This is because some prompts are meant to be looked at in the morning and others are for later in the day. Of course, you can also fill it out all at once or even days later if you want or need to. And really, this is the bulk of the app, especially for people using the basic plan. Journaling is what it's all about. So I'm going to tap the icon in the upper left corner again so that we can see the calendar and list of journal entries. And then I'm going to go ahead and tap to start today's entry. So when I do that, I do get a pop-up box, and the first thing I'm seeing is a weekly challenge to keep you on track with making the journaling a habit. I do think that they sometimes do like an inspirational quote or something similar. So I have a little share icon in the bottom left corner. If I wanted to share my quote of the day, I could do it from there. The top right X will close the pop-up, but I'm not ready to do that. So I'm going to tap the arrow that is pointing right here that's in the bottom right corner. This is going to continue to my journal entry. So right away, I already can see there is a prompt to fill out 3 things I'm grateful for. And there are also along the bottom some suggestions on how to begin my thought. So I can either tap on one of the starter suggestions that I want to use, or I can just start typing. I'll tap enter after each thing just to fill out this list of 3. And then I'm going to tap the right arrow again to move on. So here there is another morning question, and I can fill it out or skip through it by tapping the right arrow. You may also notice there's a little picture icon on this pop-up. That's a premium feature that allows you to add photos to your entries. So this is what fills up the gallery tab that we see at the bottom of the screen. I'm just going to skip this question for now, and I have just one more section to fill out, which is affirmations if I want to. And when I'm done, I can just click that check mark that has replaced the right arrow. So now I've started my daily entry. I can go ahead and click done. And then when I want to come back in the evening or later in the day to do those reflections with my current day's entry selected, I'll just tap the edit option in the top right corner of my entry. And then from here, I can either start my evening reflections, or I can tap on one of the fields that I skipped earlier to fill out. And then when I'm done with whatever the prompt or question is that I'm filling out, I can click the right arrow to cycle through the other questions. Or if I click the X in the upper right corner of the pop-up, it's going to close the pop-up, but it does save what I've just entered. And then once I'm completely done adding or editing, I'll click the Done button in the upper right corner, and that'll exit the edit mode. Now we're just going to quickly look at the other tabs. So as I said, the gallery is a premium feature. So when I tap on it, it's empty. The Insights tab is going to give me some basic information about my journaling. So it's kind of got this word bubble of frequent words. And then it also has information about my journaling habits. So, like dates that I've journaled, and then streaks. So, if I have journaled multiple days in a row, that'll become a streak. And I can see my best streak as well as what my current streak is. Some people find this motivating to continue to fill out entries because they want to keep the streak going. And in that way, it can help build habits. So, if that's what you're hoping for, you may find this tab very useful. And the last tab is the Settings tab. So, this has basic account information as well as premium subscription status. And I'm going to tap on that to open it up so you can see they do have a comparison chart of the features you get with the basic plan versus the premium plan. So, like, one of the things is that you can customize your journal questions with the premium version. With the free basic version, you do get the same prompts every day. So that's something to keep in mind. I also have the option to export my journal with either plan. So if at any time I want to save my entries so that I can look at them outside of the app, I do have that option. There are also, it looks like, some preference options here. One of them, it looks like, is the ability to turn on a passcode. So that's a good option for privacy. And then there is also, it looks like, information about the Intelligent Change Company and the 5-minute journal method and app. So this is just one of the many, many journaling apps that are available for people who are trying to add more reflection or journaling into their routine. This app makes it easily accessible because it doesn't require very much time, and it gives you prompts to kind of start your thinking so you don't have to just come up with topics on your own. So it could be really good to try if you're new to journaling, or maybe you're apprehensive about being able to keep up a journaling habit, or you just don't enjoy long form journaling. Those all might be reasons why you would give 5-minute journal a try. That's it for today's video. If you liked it, make sure you let us know by following our MCPL 360 page on Facebook and our MCPL MO channel on YouTube. We premiere new videos every Wednesday and Friday at 1 p.m. And if you missed the live event, you can always find all of our videos on YouTube on one of our many technology-related playlists on our YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you again next time.